Hello there everyone, welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars video, and today we are building a clone base. Yeah, let's see how I built it. So you probably noticed in the thumbnail, the build is pretty big, so we are now doing a lot of plate work to sustain the mock. And now what you are seeing me build is some pillars that will be on an angle, they will be inclined, and yeah, you can see how I achieve that is by using slopes where the pillars will rest on. And you can see that I've added some grills on the inside of the pillars, and they're all set. I had already built the others, and now I'm just building the walls of the mock. Now I'm building a little vent, not little, like a vent or a grill there. And this section here is going to have like a space where minifigures can stay on. You see that I'm building it right now. You see I'm also using brackets over that little area so I can line up everything. You'll see later what I mean. But yeah, now we're moving on to the other side of the mock, which will be taller, and I'm making a door now. Why I mentioned the brackets before is so the door can line up with the floor on the left. But yeah, now we're making the other side of the wall. You can see I added some greebles and all that stuff on the wall, and now we're onto the roof. And I added some studs all over the mock, so it looks a little more detailed. And now you can see I also added two like cones there. But now we're building the terrain, and this will have grass, which will include many different types of pieces. I'll talk about them later. And also some terrain in medium nougat, dark orange, brown, and dark brown. So yeah, you can see the terrain is detachable from the base. But yeah, I'm now just finishing it up and putting a black border on. And now I'm building the terrain, which I mentioned was medium nougat, dark orange, black, brown, and dark brown. I also used a lot of tiles upside down in this terrain, which give it a more rough look, I'd say. And I also used many different layers, so it has a lot of like the levels and height differences. And now we're onto the bushes, the vegetation. You can see I use like a minifig head, stems, flowers, plants, and again using the same parts here. And yeah, now I'm just finishing all this section of plants. It's kind of repetitive, to be honest, but it will turn out good at the end. Okay, so now the vegetation is finished, and I'm now building an antenna for the roof of the base. And now I'm adding some minifigures and some crates too. And here is how I built them. This one uses like a rubber. This one uses a stud reversal technique and some tiles on the inside. The next one uses the same technique with the tiles there on the 2x2 round plates. And this one here is I invented. The other ones are not my design. This one uses some cylinders and some tubes, and it's pretty cool. Also some wheels at the end, and here's how you build it. Now it's time to build some trees. This one here is a pine tree and uses a technique called leaf weaving, which is when you hook a bunch of leaves together and then they look like this, and you add different layers with different amounts of leaves on top of each other, and then you get that tree. And the trunk for this tree is a little more tricky. It uses a lot of flex tubes and some whips and other bars around it. And the flex tubes are connected to two by four, no, to two by two bricks that are on both sides of the trunk. And because you are putting two bricks on both sides of the trunk, one of them is going to be inverted. And how you connect that one to the terrain is by using a stud reversal, or yeah, I think that's what it's called. And it's basically a way to invert the like orientation of the studs on the build, and this is the one I used. And now the only thing I have left to do is finish this other tree. So here's the mock finished. I'm really happy with how it turned out. You know, it's probably one of my best mocks so far, and you know, I'm really happy. I've always been wanting to do some sort of like base imperial, or I mean, yes, imperial with coins, you know, dark times and all that stuff. I've always been wanting to do a base like this, and I'm happy that I finally finished it. And yeah, you know, this monk has a lot of, you know, different techniques and details that really took me some work, but I think they were worth it. And I really like it, and I think it looks pretty cool. And thank you for making it this far in the video, and I'll see you on my next mock, my next video, which I don't know when it will be because I still need to think of something to do. But yeah, see you.